So what we want to do is now we want to convert this local piece of code that is running in our local machine. We want to convert this code into some kind of Docker or package from which we can deploy it in a server, and then we can access it through web services as well. So in order to do that, I want to go back to the GitHub repo that we cloned and ran earlier, and if you go through the description of this repo exactly solves that problem, that if we have a machine learning solution that is running in our local and we don't know how to create a web service out of it, so we can follow this repo in order to proceed. So in order to implement this Yolo solution into a web service, what we want to do is first we want to see what were the kind of operations that we were doing at first in this Yolo repo. So if you see, the main two operations that were happening in this repo was first saving the model, that is the conversion of the model from .wets to .pb, and after the conversion is done, then we were using this detect.py in order to do the inferencing. So here I have already cloned the Yolo repository that we were working in our Google Colab, and here at first what we want to see is how the save model.py is working. And basically the save model.py is taking a bunch of parameters, command line parameters, and based on those parameters the save.model is calling the function savetf, and this is the main function where it is seeing what main model is to be loaded and what kind of conversion it has to do, and at the end of the conversion it is just saving the model in the output folder. So this is one thing that is happening, and if we go to the detect.py, what we want to see is the main function, and the detect.main function is doing yes. So it also takes some parameter input values, and based on those parameter input values it loads the kind of model we want to load, and once the model is loaded it checks the images that is passed from the images flag or the parameter value, and for each images it checks which framework to be loaded. Either it is a Yolo light model or either it is a normal saved model that we wanna load. Now if we come to detect.py, similarly what we can see in the main function is it is picking up some of the parameter values that we can pass as command line arguments, and based on those command line argument it either selects the framework as an interpreter, or it loads the model from the saved path from where we converted the model, and then from it basically checks the images and from the command line argument, and for each images it does inference from the saved model that it already loaded here. So yeah, pretty simple and straightforward, and I think these are all the post processing functions that we can use later based on what kind of output we want. So yeah, let's get our hand dirty and let's start converting this application into a web service, that is this one.